Okay, today we're going to make a very simple chicken fried rice, a little bit of spice in it, but very easy to do, quite cheap as well. So we're going to start by marinating the chicken. So we've got just some breasted chicken, there's 1.5 there. I've cut it into strips. I'm putting 1 teaspoon and a bit of garlic and ginger puree. Into that also we're going to put 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce and 1 teaspoon of light soy sauce. You use both because one has salt and one doesn't. The light is your salt. Okay, also into that we're going to put a dash, maybe 1/4 teaspoon of oyster sauce. It's quite strong. There we go. And then about a tablespoon of sesame oil. That goes in. Some nice black pepper, if I can find it. There we are. There we go. And then a teaspoon of corn flour. If you have it, you can add MSG. We're not going to, but it doesn't hurt to add it. So all we're going to do now is mix this up and leave it for a good ½ hour. Not too much longer than that. Okay, so in the fridge for ½ hour. So while that's cooking, marinating, sorry, I've just chopped up 1 red chilli. 1 bunch of spring onions. I've cracked a couple of eggs. I've got some cooked peas. And in the fridge I've got about a cup of raw rice that's cooked and cooled and drained. So that's enough for 2-3 people. Okay, time to cook now. So we've got our wok heating up. I'm putting in some rapeseed oil, just like that. Take our chicken and we're going to spread it around. Just don't move it until it seals a little bit. Okay, that's started to seal now, so I'm just going to give it a little flip over. I'm just going to cook this until the chicken's near enough cooked, but not quite. Okay, the chicken's been cooking for about a minute now. You can see you've got a little bit stuck to the bottom. Don't worry about that, that's called flavour. So what we're going to do now is pull the chicken to the edges and whop our eggs in. We haven't beaten them because I don't want them to be all one colour. So I'm just going to break them up a little bit and let them come up the sides. Now we're not going to add any more garlic or anything like that because we've already put it in, and you'll smell this when you're cooking it, the garlic on it. You can see how the egg's starting to come round here. So when it's at this point, we're now going to pop the chicken back into it, like that. And then just start to bring it up and bring it round. Now what we're doing is just letting it dry out a little bit. The danger with fried rice is the moisture. So let everything dry as you're cooking it in. There we go. Okay, that's sufficiently dried now. So I'm going to throw in the rice. As I say, that's about a cup of raw rice. So, I don't know what that is, about 2 cups I suppose when it's cooked. And we're just going to start stir frying and letting it dry out. At this point, we're going to throw in our lovely chilies. If you don't like chilli, don't put it in. There we go. And you're going to fry until the rice starts to dry out. If you're only doing a little bit, it won't take long. If you're doing a lot, it will take longer. Just keep it coming up from the bottom, tossing it, let it dry out. That'll take a couple of minutes. Okay, that's been frying for a few minutes now. You can see a lot of steam coming off. That's the rice drying out. Now, to make rice safe when you heat it up, it has to reach 75 degrees and you're 100% safe. So, look, I'm testing it with that. I'm on 75. When you see all the steam and you hear it crackling like this and that, you know you're not far off of that. So just give it another minute to make sure it's really safe. Whenever you're using anything that's being reheated, you have to make sure it's really well cooked. No one wants a tummy bug. Okay, so now into that we're going to add some cooked peas. Start stirring into it. Again, make sure you let the excess water steam off. You wait about a minute. Okay, that's steaming off quite nicely. Now we're going to add some flavour to it. We've already got a lot of flavour because we marinated the chicken. But we're going to add 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Now, sesame oil isn't actually for cooking, it's more a seasoning, a finishing oil. So get that stirred through. Now, if you're here, you'd smell it. Now, it smells really good now. Obviously, if you want your rice spicier, go in with some sriracha or something like that. But this is, it's spicy enough. You can see it's still drying out from that soya that's been added. To make sure it's nice and fluffy and light, just give it a moment or two to really steam out. In with a bunch of spring onions, just chopped. Turn it off, that's it. That's all there is to it.